Hello. Presumably, this is supposed to be a podcast or something. My name is Hotel Man. Uh, I'm joined by two other guys. Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, I am Lidry.
But I am congruent. So is he congruent paradox or just congruent?
It depends on you, babe.
Fine. I'll
Anyways, we're here to bring you a podcast today.
wait. No, I'm congruent paradox.
I'm joined by Ladri and Congruent Paradox,
Yeah, congruent paradox.
who does Let's Plays.
You're plugging
Yeah, I
me
guess we
in.
should introduce what we do. So, my name is Lidry, and I don't make videos.
Yeah, what is
you can find me posting. I don't post on Twitter, or Reddit.
And I'm Hotel Man. I'm known for my accolades, like Let's Fail at Joust, posted about 5 years ago. And that's it. But Congruent Paradox over here actually has an active YouTube channel. So I suppose he would be the most experienced out of all of us.
Yes. Plug me harder, Stink.
But anyway, we had the great idea to start a podcast without knowing exactly what we would center our podcast on. And
So I guess you could call this episode 0.
yep, this is episode 0 of our podcast about something. So, we're just
the
gonna
next,
start talking about stuff, I guess.
yeah. And if you want to comment about what you think should be the future and everything about that, go ahead. So,
Like
hey
in
guys.
real life?
Yeah, you can just
Yeah.
be on the streets and talk about it too. Nah, I'd be okay with that.
If you ever see us in person, just give us suggestions.
Slap my booty hole.
If you want to just laugh at us, that's okay.
Just dox us.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, we want to mention about like podcasts, talking about some podcasts. Do we want to mention what we've been up to recently when it comes to modern fiction, or do you want
Podcasts?
to puke about memes?
Memes.
It's probably
I'll-
going to devolve into memes anyway.
With me around, yes. But
Oh yeah, we should probably like talk about like podcasts we like.
I'm pretty sure we're just gonna talking about stuff possibly.
I don't even like watch podcasts though.
Really? Am I the only one who watched podcasts here? Then yeah.
I watch some podcasts, but not.
I watched that one crime one in college, and that's it. What was it called?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I think it's over now.
Did you ever actually watch all their seasons?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about this garbage podcast.
Hey! It's not
I
garbage.
mean, anybody who, if you are made that podcast and you're watching us, good on you. You put the effort out there, and I'm glad you made something.
You know, they're more
What are you guys
popular than
talking
you.
about? Are you talking about the Olive Garden podcast?
No, it's that crime one.
And we should mention really quickly a quick shout out to the Olive Garden podcast.
Yep.
I've
Huge
never seen
inspiration.
your episode, and I'm pretty sure I've only heard you in like meme articles, but
What the hell is the Olive Garden podcast?
congruent. I thought we've talked about this before.
You probably have. I just don't remember.
There's a podcast centered around, Olive Garden commercials and stuff. And it's great.
Mm.
I mean, I wouldn't call it great, but
You call it
I'm
great?
glad it exists.
So what other podcasts inspired us to where we are now?
You know, that is a good question. Out of all the things that we decided to do, I guess words are the easiest. So what inspired us are just our daily lives of talking and wanting to create.
Grape?
wanting to grape.
Uh,
The act of taking a single grape, blowing it up to the size of your hand, putting it into a blender, making a edible and delicious afternoon snack. Grape.
So podcast. Alex, talk about your. I mean, Ladri, talk about your um podcast like you were earlier.
So, I do actually do something. I just started it. I started making a podcast. Um,
Your favorite podcast.
ah, I wouldn't call my podcast my favorite podcast, but I do watch podcasts, and I definitely wouldn't say I have a favorite podcast. All my podcasts are trash that I do watch, so I wouldn't recommend any of them.
that's nice.
Yeah, I mean it's okay to watch garbage every once in a while.
No, dude, you do not watch Vine Sauce, and that disappoints me.
Well, of course I'm not gonna watch something made by my cat.
Yeah, I guess.
Great.
Some nice silence we have going on here.
So,
I don't know what else to
Hey.
talk about. But
so Brandon, you were talking.
It's already gone off the rails.
Hey, that's good. It's great. So, I am curious about having a quick moment about music.
Okay,
So,
yeah,
go ahead.
we haven't actually talked about music for a while, so I feel like this is a good point. We were talking about video game music earlier. I don't know if you have any points about that really quickly to spill in, but
Like me.
has anybody listened to any music that was not video game music or was video
well,
game music?
obviously yes, but you guys don't like my music.
I don't care if I don't like your music. Bring it up, you.
You know what it is.
I don't know what your music is. I know your music's pop, not pop. Grunge, cringe.
It's like grunge and rock.
You know, I love so many times people go, "You don't like my stuff," and then they mention it, and I go, "I never heard of that."
No,
Probably because I
remember?
don't like it, so I haven't seeked it out, so I haven't found it.
It's
but-
Breaking Benjamin and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I know
Yeah,
what
you
it is
do.
because you know what it is. I don't know what it is because I don't listen to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you could talk about it. I'm curious. What makes Breaking Benjamin a music you like?
I guess because it talks about, real life things that I relate to.
Yeah, so secretly, this podcast, guys, that you're listening to right now is a podcast of therapy. So we're gonna get into
It would turn into that. I will admit.
emotional cores of all of us. It's just gonna become a cry hug fest in the end.
Breaking Benjamin is definitely a cry hug fest, so it's not.
I just can't imagine them all in a circle, hugging, while trying to play the guitar. At the
I don't.
same
I don't like where this is going. Mhm.
time. It doesn't look pretty. It's not a good scene.
Mhm.
Boy, would that music be something? though.
Soon it's going to be more than just hugging, and I'm not sure if I'm okay with it.
So Brandon,
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind me calling you by your stage name. I know that you prefer your real name, Hotel Man,
Yeah.
but um, music.
I don't listen to human music. I listen to video game music all the time. I'm trash. So, I've been listening to the Sonic Mania OST by the great T-Lopes. So, and it's
Which is
fantastic.
Pretty good, OST.
It would be.
Kungaru, I don't know if you heard us talking about it earlier, but we were mentioning that there's a lot of moments in the backgrounds of the songs while you're playing, and you just don't hear all the beauty of the OST. And
Yeah,
listen to it
I
solo. It's pretty good.
I heard one because I was actually listening to the OST without anything in the background. So I heard one of the boss themes has for like a second and it has the English boss theme in Sonic CD,
Mm.
where it's aiming. I'm like, "Whoa," for like a second. It has that.
Yep, there's a lot of like weird maniacal laughter in some of the boss tracks,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
reference to, that classic US main boss theme from Sonic CD. So, nice touch.
Yeah,
And there's a
I
lot of
was telling
like,
Brandon that you can't hear it when you're playing the game, but
mm,
in the soundtrack, it's there.
there's a
So
lot of nuance to the OST that you don't get just playing the game because there's a lot of ring, loud ring screeching in your ears.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah,
Uh,
that OST, that's what I've been listening to.
it's pretty good OST. It's a pretty good game. I mean, anybody who's watching this has also been on the internet and probably have heard thousands of people speak of their opinions on the game.
Yep.
Uh, I haven't actually listened to that much OSTs from video games. I have listened to Katamari again, which is always a great OST.
Mm.
that's like my favorite OSC. Oh, for video games.
Hey, we found something we can agree with.
Mm,
Well, it's definitely not my favorite, but it's a good OST. Again, I don't think I could actually say my favorite. I don't know what my favorite OST is. If either one of you guys have heard what I've stated. Also, we should say that we met through making this podcast. This is the first time we've ever seen or heard or talked to each other before.
Yep, that is very true. I don't know who these people are, and that's why it sounds like we're walking on eggshells. So,
yeah.
So I do recommend this experience. It is a nice one. It's really interesting when you pretend to know someone for a long time. You'll find it funny of how much you actually get along with people. Just give them a chance and give them some love.
I don't know,
how
man.
do
Anyway,
people
back
do
to
this?
OSTs.
I don't know if I go that far. I want to give them some love. That's just,
Don't talk to strangers.
you know what I'm saying?
Hiding is always a good option, and I recommend that too. So back to
What?
OSTs, I think OST I am gonna listen to again would be Paper Mario, since I just beat a game pretty similar to Paper Mario.
Oh, Whoopo.
Whoopa!
When did Whoopo even come out?
Whoopo came out, I don't know, this year.
Okay, really?
Yeah, it's not that old of a game.
So talk about Whoopo and stuff.
Yeah, how much do you like Wubo?
Give
Whoopo's
your
good.
give
I
give
like it a
your
lot. I am interested in the development of the game. I am. There's a lot of points I want to bring up, but I really recommend the game to anybody, so I don't really want to spoil it. I will probably look up the developers of the game and hope that they work on something else. I heard the game did okay, but I don't know how true that is. Again, I haven't done research, so I feel a little bit bad mentioning anything else about the game. I highly recommend it, and if you check it out, cool.
great.
That is if you like Paper Mario and indie artsy platformer games that focus on the feelings more than anything else.
Feelings? I like that.
It's okay. You can call it an indie title.
Yeah, it's an indie title.
It's shaped like itself.
That term doesn't. Excuse me. Sorry, I was puking.
It's pretentious. Nah. It's not. No.
Actually, Whoopo probably is one of the few indie games that isn't pretentious in some way. So I guess we're talking about video games now. This is a video game podcast.
Again,
Congruent Paradox, what have you
it's
been
about
playing?
No,
what we're
it's gonna
talking
be
about.
anything. I want to talk about, that's it. There you go.
Alright, great. What have you been playing on your channel?
Risk of Ray.
How's
Oh,
that
actually,
going?
have you been playing Risk of Rain on your channel?
Yeah.
When was the last video you uploaded?
2 days ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Should
I was
actually
gonna do it
watch your
today, but I
friends.
didn't. But yeah, I was getting good at Risk of Way, and by that I mean dying on the second level because I'm not good.
It's unfortunate.
But at least I'm willing to admit I'm not good and not just edit it out. You know.
Well, it doesn't matter if you're good or not. You've been enjoying the game. That's
Integrity.
pretty cool. It is a good game. Uh, I've spent way probably too many hours playing the game, even though comparatively to other people's opinions, not that many hours.
Shiny Rayquaza.
But well, a shout out to a random YouTuber who may or
Yeah.
may not exist anymore. Uh,
No, he
but
still does.
the second one coming out soon that a friend of ours named Nomad. He does not make videos to my knowledge, but if you want to check him out, he's probably somewhere out there. He is really into the second one coming out, and I probably will be too. Though it looks a little bit funky, I haven't done that much research in it. I don't know. Have you? What's your guys' opinions on it?
On? Sorry, what?
On Risk of Rain 2.
Oh, Risk of
Oh, I
Rain
don't
2.
know. I've never seen any actual gameplay. That wasn't like basic.
Yeah, I've just seen the screenshots on the official Tumblr, and
I
they
guess
look
maybe we
okay.
could discuss about what in Risk of Rain 1 that makes us like it so much. What's some gameplay uh, ideas that can carry over into other games?
Uh, uh,
Do you like just the simple pick up and go?
yeah, that's actually pretty good. I do like that.
Though
Also,
it's pretty easy to get hooked on those like roguelite games, I guess they call them now, where it's
Yeah,
just permadeath.
beaten by a flail aside, yeah, you got those quick, easy pick 'em
also
up.
item stacking a bunch. Like you can just keep stacking items. It's
I
pretty
guess it
good.
doesn't really do anything unique, but even though as oversaturated as the roguelite genre is, it is kind of hard to find ones that get the balance kind of right. I feel like Risk of Rain does have a lot of problems, glitches aside even.
Especially online. Multiplayer is hell. But
Which is something I hope the sequel. I don't know if they get dedicated servers and whatnot, and however that works, but hopefully they do.
well, you know what? It looks like it's running a completely different engine, so it should be fun. But okay, it looks like Unity or something, so it should be fun.
Probably is Unity.
Yeah. Because the only reason why there's so many glitches and especially multiplayer is because Game Maker. And they can't even fix the glitches because it's
Was
just
the original made on Game Maker?
yeah.
Oh, interesting. So many games that I know make on Game Maker, my mind just gets blown.
But they said they can't fix the glitches because they're actually
Well, it's Game Maker.
Game Maker. So
If anybody is interested about like a little bit of what we're talking about right now, Game Maker is a engine that you probably already know and played with when you were like 10, depending on our age audience. What you might not know is it sucks. You probably also realize this when you but it has a lot of things like frame rate and a few other things you kind of have to decide early on how you're going to tackle. And if you run into problems in the beginning and don't fix them, you pretty much have to remake the game, to my knowledge. Again, I haven't messed with it since I was 10 to fix it. So
yeah, I would not do that. I would not touch Game Maker.
though people who have touched Game Maker and had good experience with them and managed to make games, good for them.
That's true.
Hyper Light Drifter is always one to point out, and
Wait, really? That was made in Game Maker?
so is Undertale.
No, nice.
Yep.
But you can make Undertale an RPG Maker. It can do stuff like that too.
If you guys are unaware, RPG Maker is also a engine you can use. Also, if anybody here like to draw, our viewers that is, you might find that it's actually pretty easy to turn clouds in the sky into feet and toes.
What?
What?
Or like drawing, sketching.
You
Anyways,
switch
as
something?
you were saying, Brandon,
As I was saying, what happened to Risk of Rain? We were talking about Risk of Rain, and then we
Yeah, I was gonna say
bled
I like how
into.
items stack.
hey,
Like
we should not see where we're at in space. Sometimes you will realize you have broken legs and you'll stop being able to walk. But if you're moving at a distance that is pretty okay, you should just accept it. Sometimes.
no,
Sometimes it is
I
good to
like how
fail.
items
Sometimes it
stack.
is great to be collapsed with broken legs.
I like how items stack in Risk of Rain.
Uh,
Nice.
I do too.
I
Same
like
with
the
like games
aesthetic.
like Binding of Isaac, and I think Enter the Gungeon.
Into the Gungeon?
Yeah, I think item stack in that game, right?
I don't know.
Um, no, I don't
Never mind.
think they do.
That's a game I never got into, sadly. Maybe in another life.
Wait, wow, I completely forgot. Like, if whether Gungeon has passives or not. Yeah, I guess it does, but I don't think you can get more than one of one passive. So,
Yeah, I feel like you can only get like one on one item and that's it.
mm-hmm. Unless it's junk.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
guess
I
we've
don't
played a lot
know.
of rogue light
Also, Rogue
here.
Legacy.
Yeah, Rogue Legacy
That's
is
a
another
game
one.
our viewers and me probably haven't heard for a while.
No, it's a good game.
We only play games that came out like 5 years ago.
It is
Yeah,
true.
true.
We don't actually buy games too often. I think, well, I buy the most games, which I feel like I should talk about Resolver. But uh, my contribute to that game was not playing it, apparently. It was getting someone really addicted to it, which I'm pretty happy that uh, uh, acquaintance of ours, who's a butcher, has been pretty happy with it.
Is he?
Yeah, well, he's been playing it a lot.
He's been trying to get pants.
Yep, it's the venture for pants can be a long and hard one. I ran into a glitch that I believe is pretty common, which deleted my save file, so I had to restart.
Cool.
Okay, that doesn't sound
Remember,
good.
don't get your computer turned off while playing a game. Sometimes you can just end up being very sad.
How's that a glitch? That is just legitimate. That's life, dude.
Yeah, it is life. If you're doing something, just don't turn off halfway through it.
Well, yeah.
You might have problems.
Well, yeah.
Again, this is not a joke, guys. This is a sincere recommendation with your guys' life.
This is now a philosophy podcast.
Yeah. So, I think my favorite philosopher is. You know what? I am upset. I am now turning this podcast into not a philosopher podcast.
No, my
I
favorite
don't have a
philosopher
favorite
is
philosopher.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That's pretty good.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is my favorite philosopher. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's Kant, even though I don't know anything about Kant besides the Monty Python joke.
Can't remember. Get it? Can't.
Ha ha ha
No, but I
ha
seriously can't
ha.
remember.
Only good
Uh,
jokes.
my favorite philosopher is I don't know Vishnu.
Vishnu, the elephant god. So apparently, the other day I found out. Well, okay, we're not getting into a religion, guys. Uh,
Well, that didn't
if
take
you want
long
to
at all.
follow our religious thoughts, you can tune into our religious podcast that will be happening in the
Yeah,
future.
I almost jape. I don't like scissors.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what
okay,
now?
You having a stroke over there, buddy? I believe in you.
you derailed this, Ledru. You need to
Did-
drag us back
Back
into a
to
conversation.
something. Alright, so as we were talking about um, uh, breaking lead and everything, we are into a lot of things. We play video games, we draw,
Well, I'm
we
definitely
create,
into
we
a lot of
suffer
things.
through life. jobs and everything, like most people, uh, and crying, mostly crying. But
Yeah,
besides
I'm not
crying,
speaking for
we
yourself.
do watch anime. And today,
Oh boy.
me and this person I never met before, instead of like 20 minutes ago, had a psionic connection where we time traveled back in time and watched anime called Gunbuster, which was a pretty influential anime, and I recommend it. It has a lot of good points. Well, what's your opinions on it?
I liked Gunbuster. It was good.
You got any
What's
like?
your opinions on
No, that's it.
Diebuster?
Well, we'll talk. I'd rather talk about Diebuster when we finish it, which
Okay,
we
fine.
did go right into. Uh, psionically, it was a weird experience. I recommend it if you want to have a long distance, uh, kind of like seizure that relates to anime and is not poisonous to you at all. Um, yeah, it was pretty good. It was interesting. It jumped around everywhere and was not really as my friend would
Congruent?
be congruent.
Mhm.
Um, some of the I don't know if I was stupid in some of the places, but I did have a hard time following it. It was ridiculous. It didn't really care about its sci-fi logic too much, though it did follow up with some aspects of it, like time and how light travel messes with it, which was cool. I always kind of like stories that point to that, and I don't know if it's just my experience with not a lot of sci-fi adventures, but I don't see it too often. And even if it is a little bit handhold, kind of magical, pull a rabbit out of the hat to make it happen, it is interesting things you can bring with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mech design was good. The silliness of it that came with it uh, uh, was pretty nice. I like the cape.
It was a
Okay.
product. It was a product of its time in many regards.
Yeah, how much stuff that happened that could be pointed to that happens almost kind of similar in other anime was flabbergasting.
Mm. A product of its time and its genre, but it also tried to subvert expectations. But I mean,
They didn't.
I think
Again,
it.
I,
Mm.
I think it created a lot of expectations for the mech genre as we know it now. So, I mean, to us, going in, it seemed kind of goofy and cliche, but it was still good.
I am curious of what it would have been like to watch this when it first came out.
Revolutionary, maybe.
My mind
Yeah,
probably
it
would have
would have
been
been.
blown.
You would have been entering the 21st century.
I wonder how I would have digested that black and white episode. So we are going to mention a little bit of spoilers. Only spoilers to people who think everything is spoilers. So, which is fine. I'm not knocking those guys. I do think anything you learn changes the experience that you are about to have.
Cut to the timestamp shown on screen if you don't want spoilers.
Are we actually going to have timestamp on screen?
No.
You could easily though.
For the record, the timestamp we'll send you here because we're not mentioning spoilers
No,
anymore.
you could do that because you can do it in YouTube easily. But anyway,
We're not going to talk about how you make videos or how we make videos. About podcasts.
no.
Nope, definitely not.
Are we gonna close? Are we gonna close off our thoughts about anime
Gun
and stuff?
Buster?
Have you
No,
been
no,
watching
no, no.
anime?
You
Fully
watch anime?
Cooley.
Congruent?
No, hear
Fooly
me out.
Cooly.
Fully
Okay.
Cooley is my
Oh, I
favorite
watch anime
anime.
too, guys.
No, no, no. Fully Cooley is my favorite anime.
We're just talking about favorite animes.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
We were on
Guys.
the topic of anime.
Speaking of animes, if people are interested, I am gonna be making. Wait, what? What, Brandon?
Nothing. Go
We're
on.
gonna be making some bread, some meatloaf.
Is it Breadin, Bread Tell, Bredethan, Bread.
Just call me Steve.
I
Just
am
call
bread.
you Steve. For the record, if anybody's curious about our actual biological names that we were born with, we were all born with the name Steve. It's a
Yeah.
little bit weird, but it is how we found each other in
No,
the end.
I was born with the name Peeve.
Peeve?
Yeah.
I thought it was Steve.
No.
I thought that's why we were on the Steve website
No.
to meet other Steves.
It's Peeve.
Why were you on the Steve website? What?
Because I was really peeved off, and I had to go.
I feel like I just went on a dating website and I found a hot chick, and I meet her,
Well, I appreciate that you think
and
I'm
I meet her in real life. It's pretty cool. I find out it's the sister of the person I was actually talking to.
Hey, she could be
Never
hot
talked
too.
to this person before. I'm shaking my head. I'm just on fire right now.
She could be hot too. You don't know that.
What? Her sister?
Yeah.
My heart is being punched. Someone
Dude,
opened up my
dude.
chest and punched it and then closed my chest. I feel
But
weird
if she's
right now.
hot too, then you just go for it. You know what I mean?
So today on our podcast, we want to talk about love. So anybody out there who's been love struck, and this podcast is for you, baby.
Dude,
So,
Are there any
is there
love
anybody? What?
enthusiasts? Are there any love enthusiasts watching right now?
Yeah,
If
do
so-
people want
So as
my
three
love?
married, as two married men and one married woman, I would like.
Married. Yeah. Go on. Two married men? I don't think so. Not in this country.
Two married men? You had a divorce?
Mm.
No
Oh,
wonder
no.
why.
What?
I bet your wife thought your name was Steve too.
No, she doesn't Steve. P. Peterson.
Also, a quick shout out to Pete Peverson, who is a Dark Souls player and probably does a lot of other things. But I've actually haven't heard of that guy for like several years. So if that guy,
Are you serious?
Go, Pete Peverson.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, he's a Dark Souls. I thought you were referencing him, man.
No.
Oh. Well, still shout out to that random guy if he's watching our videos.
Hey, shout out to every single YouTuber. You're the best.
You are the best. And if there is a YouTuber called Every Single YouTuber, send me a link and I will subscribe to you. Please, well, depending on content. If you make like,
He probably makes like porno and they're gonna like subscribe to it.
if you make actual porno on like porn websites, I might subscribe to you. I don't. So as we were talking about YouTubers,
Hey, shout outs
Universes.
to every person who does a podcast. It's pretty hard. I have newfound respect. Good job.
I think.
See,
it's pretty-
see, I've done this before, so
Guys, let's not lick our hands. It's disgusting.
I like licking my hand.
Do you know what you did with?
What?
What? Did I break the fourth wall?
Do you have a cat?
No, I'm pretty sure it's just congruent. About all the viewers out there, today we talk about animals. So this is for
do you
you,
lick your
animal
cat?
lovers. Do you have a dog or a pet at home?
No.
Yeah. Okay, so
No.
no.
I'm surprised you don't have like a hamster or anything, or a lizard, or a turtle.
I actually don't have anything either.
If I bought you a turtle and a tank,
I used to have a turtle.
I want a cat.
really, is this gonna become really depressing?
The soup
No,
was
I want-
delicious.
Oh, so a congruent. Speaking of cats, I do have to talk to you about something in just a moment. Continue, Hotel.
No, that's it. I did have a turtle at one point. Well, it was tortoise.
Can we guess his name?
Yeah.
Ocelot.
No.
From Metal
Liquid.
Gear.
Why are you guessing Metal Gear names?
Big boss. Big boss.
No,
I should mention
none
if
of
I've
those.
ever had a turtle in my life, I would never name him or did not name him any Metal Gear names.
If I had a turtle in my life, I would name it Naked.
That's a pretty good one. Actually, if I get a turtle or any sort of reptile, I'm going to name it Big Boss because I don't know.
That
Unless
actually
it's
would
a
be pretty
snake.
cool. That would be
So,
pretty
if you
cool.
guys are interested, right now we are referencing a thing called Metal Gear Solid, the Metal Gear series in general.
If you guys
It's
are
a pretty good
interested,
series.
Do you have
hell
to
Like,
put
yeah.
an asterisk next to everything we say?
Yeah.
if anybody's wondering, it is true that I am a guy who
Pretty
produced
stupid.
asterisks out of my
No.
hands. It
If
just
it,
shoots.
for those people wondering at home, an asterisk is a thing on the keyboard
Mm.
where the 8 number is, and it is sometimes referred to as star.
Can we have a full definition of the punctuation of that?
Do you
Like,
lick
why
your
would you
asterisk?
use the asterisk? When if I went to a school and was looking up punctuations, that is a punctuation, right? Or is a punctuation only something that ends a sentence?
It's a good question.
I don't know.
Ah, hey, cool.
It's a
So
symbol.
asterisk might or might not be a punctuation, but it is definitely a additive to something you could put in what would be called letters, words, sentences.
It's nasty.
Hi, welcome to the Syntax podcast. Today
You know
we'll.
what? Only Brandon can do that. I mean, only not. I mean, only Steve. Not his other. Not the other name.
What are you calling by his biological name? Why can't you just
Wow, are you
why?
doxing me right now?
Yeah, I'm doxing you.
Doxing? What's dox?
For those people wondering at home, doxing is a current practice that involves releasing the personal information of people that you dislike to the internet so that people will know
Is
that.
that a thing right now?
Yeah.
No,
I think it's probably a thing that's
I'm gonna give out his social security number next.
wow. Doxing, dox attack, doxaboxa, trucks.
No, but
I
what
should
was I gonna
say
say?
quickly that anybody who has been doxed, sorry we are making jokes. It does sound like it would suck.
No,
The
but
internet
what was I
can be a
gonna?
cruel place, and anybody out there right now, if you are on the internet, be careful. There are a lot of people who are cool, and probably are a little bit too cool, and might be wearing sunglasses.
They might have a mohawk.
Oh, rad.
What's our demographic?
No, but what was I gonna say?
Our demographic is time travelers from the year
Damn it, guys!
2093. How did you
What?
get time travel already? 2093ers and our future overlords, which we will not talk about because it is responsible and not appropriate to mention them right now.
Okay, go ahead.
You
Congruent
mean
paradox.
no? What was I gonna say before? I was saying something.
Wait, I thought your name was just congruent.
No, I
Steve.
changed it to Gorilla Paradox. No,
Peeve. I'm still so peeved that your name's Peeve.
you should be. But what was I gonna say?
I'm reading your mind right now, and you were gonna mention about hotel, which is a good point to bring up.
No, I
Steve.
was talking to him, but I forgot what I was gonna say after. Like, we
Oh,
were
you
talking about something
were gonna
before
mention
that.
that he was a hotel because I am curious lately what's been like your life. Has there been anybody who's checked in recently that's been pretty cool?
Yeah. Have you checked into the therapy ward? I think you need therapy. You need work. You need therapy.
I honestly do forget what we were talking about before we got
We
derailed.
are also mentioning the audience right now and our
Audience, if you
guests.
were wondering what an audience is,
Mm. Okay, so
moving on.
well,
Okay.
nice segue. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
moving it on is pretty difficult apparently.
What about our Miku overlords?
What?
What about our robot overlords? Or anime robot overlords?
We're not talking about that, man.
Yeah, we are.
No, we aren't talking
We're
about
doing
that, man.
we're in Polka
It's
right
not
now.
polite.
So, Vocaloid.
God,
Yeah, Vocaloid.
Alright, I'm gonna use the bathroom really quickly, guys. So
Well, you would after we say vocal one. Hmm. Look, he's just ditching us.
You can't do that during a recording.
Yeah, he's just ditching us. What the hell?
So unprofessional. You're
I
doing so
know.
well up to this point.
Now you're gonna have to like edit stuff. This part.
Okay, let me look through my notes. Alright, what was the next topic on our discussion?
uh, beans, beans and
Alright,
fruit.
that's right. So, what are your thoughts on what is your stance on beans, congruent paradox?
Uh, I think they're pretty good, but the after effects can be sometimes bad. So it's kind of like Taco Bell, you know. You don't eat too much,
Yeah,
otherwise you're gonna have a problem.
astute.
No,
I am back, guys.
dude, you guys, you're missing our highbrow humor.
Highbrow humor.
Dude, don't cause wind funnels in the mic. I mean, you're starting to scare me.
Highbrows are cool.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I keep like bumping into everything. But anyway,
You
yeah,
are? Are you
yeah,
walking while you're talking right now? That's pretty cool.
yeah. I
What
am.
street are you on?
I'm on my Bluetooth device. Like everybody thinks I'm talking to them, but I'm not. So like they like look
Are
at me
you in a
weird.
store right now?
Yeah, I'm that guy. I just in the store with my Bluetooth device, and everybody's just staring at me like I'm high, but really, that's just my little
I
Bluetooth.
love when you get those small little Bluetooth devices that like people can barely see.
Yeah, like it's just in their ear and you can't even see it. You know, but they're like insane.
Also, quickly, audience, I just want to tell you guys, don't be dicks.
If
I mean,
you
if
if
you
you
want to
don't
be
know what a
dicks,
Bluetooth device is, Hmm.
quickly, as we were talking about earlier, there's been two spider buddies just hanging out in my bathtub all day and
Really?
moving around. They've been the cutest guys. Kind of want to get like a time lapse of them just venturing around my bathtub. They're really
They-
big too. Like they're the size of my thumb.
That sounds terrifying.
That's not bad.
If my thumb was the size of my toe thumb.
You said really big, and I thought much bigger.
Toe
I thought it
thumb.
was like a
Toe
wolf
thumb's a pretty
spider.
big spider. Well, it's not like the size of like two of my fingers.
Yeah, I thought it was like a wolf spider or something, and I was like, whoa, but no.
Why is there not a name for our toe? Like, why does thumb? Well, I guess our toe is not a you know what I mean. Our big toe's not a what's the word for what a thumb is?
I don't know.
A thumb?
Good.
A
Thank you.
phalange? I don't know.
Yeah, phalangeal toe being.
Phalangital?
Yeah, phalangeal toe. So, hotel. I was curious about how your playthrough through Professor Layton and Phoenix
Yeah.
Wright's been
I
going
don't even
on.
What?
have that playthrough.
What year is it?
The year currently is a mystery. I don't know. Viewers, if you could type in what year it is right now, it would be pretty nice to know where we're at in Phoenix Wright.
And keep in mind, viewers at home, the upload date below this podcast is not the date that we filmed.
Yeah,
So,
this is definitely not the date we filmed or posted. YouTube can be broken easily.
What?
Yeah. If you want to look up tutorials, there's some online.
What, really?
The time is 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2.
You're starting to freak me out. Mhm.
Have you ever looked inside a mirror and realized it was a monitor and realized it was glowing lights? Then you started reading the words on the monitor and boy, those words.
Yeah, some of them are pretty nasty.
yeah, it turns out you were on Pornhub the whole time.
Turns out you were on damn it, I forgot what it's called.
And
That
that's when you fixate that it was a mirror again. It's a pretty bad loop.
A mirror into one's soul, rather.
what's that like website that Tanner was on too for like that weird hentai?
I don't know.
And it has like furry stuff too, and he goes there.
Shout outs to our friend Tanner.
Yeah, shout out to our friend Blake Belladonna. Oh, and if anybody's curious, Blake Belladonna is a character from Ruby, which is a anime-ish kind of thing created by a group called Rooster Teeth.
I had such high hopes for this podcast.
No.
I still high hopes for
Yeah,
a
no,
podcast.
this
You know,
is good.
sometimes where you're venturing up a mountain, someone gets cut on the leg, bleeds a little bit.
Then bleeds out and dies. Yeah.
But you still make it to the top.
How? You're dead.
No, I don't know where this analogy is going. It's a horrible analogy. Let's add superpowers and creativity and other stuff. So, a unique thing that has happened today is that we are all people who create stuff.
Are we?
We are? Since when? We're creating something right now, right?
Yeah!
I guess
I
that
guess-
counts.
I guess I'm creating fecal matter right now.
Such high hopes. I look down to see the stars below me just because I'm so high, the lights would look so ethereal. Alas,
you do sound like you're
only
high.
overcast.
I mean, we do live in northwestern state here, so of course it's only overcast.
We were mentioning earlier about where we upload this. We do only upload this podcast on YouTube, so you can't find us on iTunes, sadly. But if you look hard enough, you probably could find us on like other websites.
You can probably find us on RedTube.
Yeah, RedTube, cringe websites, probably some other.
Cringe websites?
Hell yeah, baby.
Like Know Your Meme?
Uh,
That's an excellent website, though.
yeah. If anybody's ever curious to how to kill someone, just make them into a meme. It's a pretty good way.
I would love it if someone made me into a
Best
meme.
way to kill someone is to make them immortal.
For the
If
viewers at
someone-
home,
They'll die infinite deaths.
murder is illegal.
Yeah, please don't murder. Murder's not cool.
Dude, I want to be turned into a meme. Do it. I'm
Okay,
waiting.
so I think this is a good time to move on to our next section.
What is our next
Chapter.
session? Okay, let's move
Which
to our
would
next
be-
session where we talk about where Mario isn't a plumber anymore.
Is this okay? So this is about halfway through the podcast, or maybe near the end, where the podcast begins to do something weird and gimmicky. So what should be our weird gimmick that we
We
do?
explain about how Mario isn't a plumber anymore.
Okay,
Well,
so
I
should
don't
we
think our
talk
weird
about
gimmick would be news?
current
Though
events?
There is news. Some of us don't pay attention to us, but as Eli's gonna state, this thing has, Eli, as
What?
in congruent. As in Steve.
I honestly, you probably know more about the whole news side of it than I do.
I don't know anything.
I
I've
just
only
know
heard this
that
on,
Nintendo
shit
said
posts.
that Mario isn't a plumber anymore. And that's it. Unless it is just a meme. But
I'm pretty sure it's nothing I care about.
If you're
Does
keeping
Brennan-
track,
I mean, does
I am sad that I
Okay.
can't call up Mario anymore on my yellow books. They did wipe him out of every yellow book. You can't. There's no Mario Plumber in the yellow books
instead
anymore.
he's an adventure capitalist.
Is he?
No,
Oh,
he just retired, I guess.
I
from
thought he
being
was
a
just like an
plumber.
idle game now. That's all he does. You know,
He's nondescript video game character.
it's stupid. Why can't they just leave
He's a
him be plumber?
freelancer.
No, why can't they leave him be a plumber? Dude, he plumbs Peach's pipes, but no, now he can't because he's not a plumber.
Whatever.
I'm so glad that
Hey, he might still be a
Facebook
carpenter.
notification sound is going to appear on our recording. Such
Yeah.
professionalism.
Yeah, well, you have to exit out of that. That's why you don't see me online when I'm doing
So
stuff.
that's the store
because-
we're going with, right? The sound was the Facebook sound.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, how about that? Would you suck a lollipop for 5 lollipops?
At once.
No.
But you have to like suck it really slowly. That way, it's
I
simple.
imagine someone with all of them upside down, like you got the sticks in your mouth, like smoking a cigarette, and the lollipops out. There used to be a kid who used to always enter my store around 2 p.m. and he'd never ate up a lollipop, but he would always stick the the stick in his mouth. I know, but he would chew on like the cardboard part of it, or whatever it is, the tube, the plastic,
It's
the
like it's paper, I think.
the paper.
Yeah.
Intriguing indeed.
I'm on the edge of my seat. What's the conclusion?
There isn't any. This is just what he did. Oh yeah. So speaking of wackiness,
And he choked him out. Yeah.
we do have a section we do near the middle or the beginning or the end of our podcast whenever,
Wow, nice.
and it's when we answer emails.
That's right. So email us at our webzone at
Webzone.
Yeah,
Uh,
somewhere out there in space. Just gotta toss it with a little bit of heart.
yep. Links will be in the description. Whatever.
links. Everything will be in the description.
If you happen
anybody wants to
upon
make
this,
some lame jokes right now, you go ahead about our emails. That's to anybody ever in existence.
The whole script will be in the description. Nah.
if you happen upon this video and you made it this far, major kudos. But also post anything; it doesn't matter, and
What?
we will acknowledge it in the next video if there is one.
Episode 1 will be interesting.
Wait, you aren't gonna? Never mind. I'll talk about this later. Anyway, yeah.
Uh-oh. Our set is falling apart and the world outside is beginning to show.
Yeah, I know. Starting to get scary. Starting to get dark. So
Things are opening. Oh,
the
So-
the fourth wall's trying to break in.
so I think we're getting close to the end. Are we at the end?
So I'd call about 10 more minutes left and then I'm going to wrap up the recording.
This is the only really place you can find where there'll be a countdown on the top left of the screen while watching.
That's right.
We'll count down till the end. You can also scroll down and like flicker back and forth, and we'll show the meter of how much left is of the video.
We call it the time wasted meter.
Yeah, we call
That's
it
your
wasted.
time wasted.
Your
We have
time
no
wasted.
regard for our own time.
We might not even have time. We don't know. It's a long story.
We are outside of time.
Long story short. Well, I guess long story short, it's a long story.
No, we live in a black hole, so time just doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Long story short, buy gold,
Yeah, buy
convert
our,
your money into gold and then bury it.
no, convert your money into gold and then throw it into our bank accounts. Buy a new taco gold.
Hey, we're not supposed to be shilling until we open up a Patreon.
Alright, I'm breaking people's kneecaps now. We're moving into our third section, past our wacky section. This section's a little bit more understandable.
It's always wacky.
It happens after the countdown of wasteful time hits. This section's about food.
Food.
Actually, food's
Our
nice.
original plan.
I could talk about food.
I could definitely talk about food. Tonight, I had some chili and some brats.
Okay, but what are the ingredients?
So in the chili, I don't know.
Did you have
Like
a
it
nice
was weird
lamb
chili.
sauce?
So you guys probably know out there Bush's chili, Bush baked beans or whatnot. If you watch any commercials or
Yes.
have people who are lazy, like if you're a college kid out there.
We are not gourmets.
And then there's Nally's gourmets.
Yeah, we're lazy. We're lazy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I cook casseroles and So, anyways,
Good
if people
question.
are
Yeah, yeah.
interested about this, we got a. What I had for dinner was a new light beans. It was like a Western style beans. I don't know the brand name, which is good because Western style means apparently 50% grease and some spices and
That's
some beans.
also some kids.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
brats.
cooked some brats on the side.
Yeah,
People mispronounce this broths.
yeah, broths.
They were flavored brats, but I forgot what I got and I forgot what it tastes like, but it was good. That's why I had.
They're like bigger hot dogs. They're probably made out of something different, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. But
Beautiful.
mm,
Sister.
I
What do
went.
you guys
I
about food?
I went to Redacted and I got a red smoothie that gave me hives.
really?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty bad.
you're allergic to something?
Yeah, I don't know. If
You should like
anyone is in
ask.
a
So if anybody
situation,
ever goes to redactive, please, you gotta remember to say a hold the cat saliva.
yeah,
Yeah.
make sure there aren't any. If you're allergic to cats, don't get a red smoothie because there might be cat in there. So
No, you should ask if they can tell you, like, what the ingredients are. That way you'll know what you're allergic to.
apparently red.
But you can be allergic to
I,
just
I
red.
don't know what it said. Red smoothie on the label.
Yeah, but what is it made out of? Like
It said
blood?
red.
It was made out of red.
It's made out of like
Exactly what it says on the
it's made out
tin.
of like grind up hamsters. I want to
It's
know.
made of red. It tasted like berries.
I don't know, wonder what berry it was.
It was supposed to be strawberry, but
Huh.
now I'm beginning to think it was a cat of some sort. Berry.
It was called red.
Mm,
Oh, this is getting dark.
yeah, it's a ground up cans.
Find this conversation that's about to happen a little bit
Okay,
too.
you know what I had? You know what I had? Pizza.
Uh, what you have pizza
Congruent
tonight?
paradox is
Yeah,
above all of us, the truest of the gourmets.
I had some nice triangles right in my mouth.
Nice.
Ooh, what flavor was it?
So
Like cheese on cheese
no,
pizza?
I can't talk about that because that might bring up a meme because it had a certain like fruit on it.
What?
It was Canadian bacon and pineapple.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
See?
Yeah, yeah,
Pineapple on pizza's good.
I like it, but you know.
All you
Mhm.
naysayers out there,
Mhm.
leave a post on the comment section whether or not you like pineapple on pizza.
Uh,
And if you want to also post when you do make this post that I'm crying inside, thank you.
Please
Also,
email
Canadian
us at our
bacon.
website.
Note that Canadian bacon is just ham. Like I don't know if people know that, but it's just ham.
Oh yeah, note to our audience.
So,
Wink wink.
mhm, you know,
Oh,
it's pretty good.
never mind.
My mom does a thin crust. I mean, not my mom, me. I don't live with my mom. What am I talking about? A thin crust one.
Yeah, I live with your mom. I don't know why you brought that up.
The thin crust one.
She also says hello.
Hey,
What?
the thin
She's
crust
waving
one.
right now. You want me to just ignore her? She's your mom, man. What the fuck?
Mm, no, yeah.
I guess we are having a podcast. I'll tell her just one and continue. I'll be back.
Yeah, fine.
So it was thin crust.
Yeah, it was thin crust. I don't like that very much. I like it when it's like thick
Thick.
because then
Thick is in.
then there's like more meat implied. But no, there's like more I don't know, thickness, You know what I'm trying to say? Like it
Yeah.
feels like you're actually eating something. Like the thin crust is like you're eating air.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't like
cardboard.
crust
So,
either.
yeah.
It always has a weird texture and taste to it.
Hmm.
That being said, I haven't had that much thin crust pizzas out there, just because the few I've had wasn't the best. So
Yeah, that too, like the big crust pizzas of the same brand are actually way better. But I don't know if they make Canadian bacon and pineapple ones of the big crusts. So maybe they do. But yeah, that's what I had.
Cool.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't have too much more to say about food. I feel like there was a few other stuff, but
Also, don't eat dragon fruit. 'Cause it's just flavorless water.
have you had dragon fruit recently?
Yeah, it's like 80. Well, not recently, but I've had dragon fruit before, and it's like $80 per fruit, and it's like flavorless water. That's it.
Uh, though, if you like it out there, it's good to like just things that are.
Leave a post in the comments.
Apparently, you're supposed to
So,
make it a certain way.
it looks like we're on our fourth section, which is our final section.
No, wait. Apparently, you're supposed to make dragon fruit a certain way, and then it actually have a flavor, but I don't know
It's
how.
probably pretty good if you cook it and stuff, like
Yeah,
stir fry or something. I can imagine with rice and chicken, some broccoli. Ooh.
maybe. So, what's our next segment?
Our
that you're
next
going on
segment
now?
is our final segment when we wrap up. So this is usually when we talk about our last thoughts and stuff. But we're doing something special for this final segment where we talk about, and we'll never do this again, but we're going to talk about what we're working on in the future.
Ugh.
Hotel man?
Oh, gross. Oh, I have to start this? What we're
Yeah.
working on in the future. Well, I guess I have to learn how to edit and produce podcasts. So that's what I'm working on currently. What about you, Lidri?
Well, I will be working on probably a few videos. I'm working on this podcast. I'm also maybe going to make other podcasts, but they'll probably be a little bit hard to find or connected. I am also going to make a 24-hour video based on my favorite anime. So if you're interested in that, I'm just going to never say about it, so I never
I
have to
would
talk
like to
about it
see
again.
that.
What are you working on, Congruent?
Insert plug here. Well,
Go to
Oh,
his
um,
YouTube
I
channel.
can't wait.
yeah, I'll be working on your mother later. Hey, no, but I will be.
Well, to be fair, at least that's what your mom says.
Fair enough.
I'm glad you approve.
I will be.
I don't approve of you and my mother, though.
No, hear me. Anyway. I will be working on my YouTube. Probably later. That's what I do. That's the only productive thing I do.
You want to finally plug your own YouTube channel?
Well, it's congruent paradox. I think is it?
Yep. Okay, it's Congruent Paradox.
Ledry
Yeah.
Yep.
and Hotel Man.
Are we signing
Live
off?
in the
No,
universe,
wait.
the galaxies of every people's mind, inside your eyes and somewhere else, probably inside your tongue. Here we are, drenched in flavor.
I mean, I would like to be in your tongue, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are we? Was that a sign off? Are we
Yeah.
signing off?
I guess I don't know. Apparently,
Okay. Well, okay, finally. My name's Hotel Man. Steve.
I hear a paradox. Peeve. Apparently, our other one died. Apparently, he died. He's dead. So
Ladrie.
I guess he bailed out early.
And Ladrie. Thank you for joining us.
He got skittish.
Thank you for joining us. Be safe.